Hello everyone. In this video, I will explain to you about the brief history of the US Constitution and its key feature. Before I begin, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ara Dendata with lesson number 084. Now, let's move to the first material, the history. After winning independence in 1783, the United States first governed under the Articles of Confederation, which created a weak central authority. Without executive or judicial branches, Congress could not tax, regulate trade, or enforce laws. Problems such as a border dispute between Maryland and Virginia in 1785 highlighted this weakness and led to calls for a stronger national government. In 1787, delegates from 12 states met at the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia, chaired by George Washington. Although their initial goal was to revise the articles, they soon decided to draft an entirely new framework. The convention met in secret, with with each state having one vote and decision made by majority rule. Two major debates shaped the new constitution. First, large versus small states are divided over representation. The Virginia plan, led by James Madison, favored a strong central government and a legislature based on population, while the New Jersey plan sought equal representation for each state. The resulting Connecticut Compromise created a two-house Congress, the House of Representation and the Senate. The second major conflict concerned slavery. Northern states wanted enslaved people counted only for taxation. Southern states wanted them included for representation. The three-fifth compromise resolved this by counting each enslaved person as three-fifths of a person for both purpose and protecting the slave trade until 1808. By September 1787, delegates had crafted a balanced plan combining effective governance with liberty. The Constitution was signed by 39 of 55 delegates and later ratified with the addition of a Bill of Rights to protect individual freedoms, often hailed as the Miracle of Philadelphia. This document established a durable federal system that continues to define American democracy. And now we move to the next material, which is the key features of the US Constitution. The US Constitution begins with its preamble, a state that outlines the document's central goals, creating unity among states, ensuring justice, providing for common defense, and protecting the blessing of liberty for future generations. These ideals serve a guiding principle for the nation's founding framework and continue to define American governance today. The founding fathers, deeply aware the danger of unchecked authority, designed a government that balanced a limited power. Drawing on James Madison's philosophy, the Constitution rests on three core principles. The first is federalism, which divides power between the national and state governments so that local concerns remain under local control, while the national matters are managed federally. The second is the separation of powers, establishing three branches, the legislative, executive, and judicial, to prevent any one group from consolidating authority. Finally, the system of checks and balance ensure that each branch has the ability to limit the others, maintaining equilibrium and preventing abuse. Under this framework, the Constitution's structure of government is laid out in its first three articles. Article 1 established the legislative branch or Congress, the most powerful branch in the founder's design. It consists of two houses, the House of Representatives based on population and the Senate, where each state has equal representation. Congress is responsible for making laws, controlling taxation and spending, approving appointments and treaties, and supervising the executive branch. However, its power is balanced by the president's veto, which Congress can override with two-thirds majority. Article 2 outlines the executive branch, headed by the president. The founders took care to ensure that the presidency would not resemble monarchy. Most presidential actions require the legislature's approval. The president can veto bills, command the armed force, and nominate a judge. But Congress closely monitors executive powers and voters hold the final judgment every 4 years through elections. Article 3 establishes the judicial branch, which is headed by the Supreme Court. Its role is to interpret laws and serve as the nation's highest court of appeal. Over time, the court gained the power of judicial review, allowing it to declare laws or executive actions constitutional a crucial check within the system. Federal judges are appointed for life, a measure meant to preserve independence but sometimes seen as potential weakness. Beyond this core institution, the Constitution includes additional protection to safeguard both citizens and the system itself, to prevent any single political faction from taking over all branches. The founder introduced features such as indirect election, where senators originally chosen by state legislature and president elected through electoral college, along with staggered terms and fixed election, all designed to prevent the manipulation of power. Article 4 protects the autonomy of states, allowing them authority over most internal matters while requiring mutual respect for one another's laws. Meanwhile, Article 5 outlines the procedure for amending the Constitution, making intentionally difficult, requiring a two-third majority in Congress and ratification by three-fourths of the states. Over centuries, more than 5,000 amendments have been proposed, but only 27 have been ratified. The first amendment, known as the Bill of Rights, were added in 1791 to guarantee individual freedoms and limit the power of federal government. The First and Second Amendments protect fundamental liberties such as freedom of religion, speech, and the right to bear arms. The Third and Fourth shield citizens' property from government intrusion, while the Fifth through Eighth ensure fair legal process and protect the rights of the accused. Finally, the Ninth and Tenth Amendments affirm that other rights and powers remains with the people and the states. After the Bill of Rights, the Constitution continued to evolve through amendments that refined government structure and expanded rights. The 11th Amendment limited lawsuit against state, and the 12th reformed presidential election by requiring separate votes for president and vice president. The Civil War Amendment 13, 14, and 15 ended slavery, granted citizenship and equal protection, and secured voting rights for African American men. Later, the 16th allowed a federal income tax, and the 17th established direct election of senators. The 18th Amendment began prohibition, banning alcohol, but the 21st repealed it. The 19th gave women the right to vote, while the 20th shortened the time between election and inauguration. The 22nd limited president to 2 terms, and the 23rd let Washington, D.C. president vote in presidential election. The 24th banned all taxes, and the 25th clarified presidential succession. The 26th Amendment lowered the voting age to 18, and the 27th required a congressional pay change to take effect only after the next election. Together, these amendments strengthen American democracy and ensure its system of government remain fair, adaptable, and representative. Through its careful balance of stability and adaptability, the U.S. Constitution has endured as one of the world's most remarkable framework for democratic government, protecting liberty, preventing tyranny, and adapting to meet the needs of a changing nation. That's all from me. Thank you.